Hey everyone, it's Suey here. Somehow or other, I managed to get to 1,000 subscribers, and I think it's sticking. I'm a little nervous to celebrate too soon because my subscribers tend to go up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down, and so I didn't know if it would go down below the 1,000 number, and I would be really embarrassed if I'm doing this video and you will go look and see that I'm actually below 1,000. But I think it's sticking. So I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I know that getting to 1,000 after a year and a half is not too bad. Not too bad at all, but I still feel like it took forever. I don't know why. I see other people growing so fast that it makes you look at your own channel and just go, what is the problem here? I just feel like I'm working so hard to figure out how to make good videos and what it takes to be seen on YouTube, and sometimes it feels like nothing ever really works. But I did reach this milestone. I'm very excited about that, yes. And I want to thank everybody who has subscribed. I hope you are enjoying the channel. I hope you are coming back and watching some things. I hope you are finding that there's something different that you can find here, because the competition out there for booktubing is crazy intense. And I really do appreciate everyone that has subscribed. And if you're watching this and you haven't already subscribed, then I would love it if you would join the party here and make sure that I don't fall back underneath 1,000 so that I feel funny if this video goes up and we've fallen down. So I've seen a lot of people celebrate their YouTube milestones by doing this Q&A, ask me anything kind of video. So I thought that would be fun. So I did ask for some questions. I got a handful of questions. Then I thought I would add a few more to it by stealing from other people's Q&As that I've seen around. So let's just jump right in, should we? So Caitlin from Bandy's Books asks me 3 questions. The first one is, what is the most emotionally moving book you've ever read? The first one I thought of is The Book Thief by Marcus Zusak, which I pump up pretty much in any book question that's ever asked me. But then I was like, I might use that one for a different question. So I'm like, what else has really moved me? And I was thinking, all of a sudden, The Sparrow by Mary Doria Russell came to mind. And it's weird because I remember being very emotionally invested in that book, but I cannot remember like the specifics of exactly what happened. I just remember my heart ripping out. This book, I don't know if any of you have read it. I don't know if you're familiar, but it's a space, science fiction, space exploration book. It's in the future after the events have happened, and they're telling their story. They're discussing what happened. I can't remember if there was like a court thing or what was prompting them to talk about it now after the fact. But they went on a mission together, and they went and found an alien planet and an alien species, and it's just the stuff that happened when they went to this other planet. And it's so intense and so gut-wrenching and crazy. And I wasn't sure I was going to get through that book, but it was very, very emotionally intense. So I think that's my answer for that one, and we'll talk about The Book Thief in a minute. She also asks, what do you do outside of reading? This week I'm trying my hand at like a weekly vlog. So when that goes up, maybe you'll see a little bit more about what I do besides reading. I work at the library 2 mornings a week. I work up in the administration office, helping the administrative assistant there. So I'm the assistant to the assistant. And I just do random things like I enter the invoices that need to be paid. I print and fold up the brochures that we give to people when they get a new library card. I run tons of errands. I help with our social club, like doing parties for the employees and the employees' birthdays and things like that. There's about 100 employees at this library. And I help with other financial things that we just have to do, like the visa reconciliation and filing and just really, really random things. Years ago, I would go to the library and I would always think, man, it would be so fun to work behind the scenes, don't you think? So now that's what I've been doing for the past, how many years has it been? 17 years now or something. But yeah, it's a very flexible job, so I can still do all the other things that I want to do, and I can go travel whenever I want, and it just works out really, really well. We go to Oregon a lot. We love Oregon, and our grandkids are there. 3 granddaughters are there, so we travel there a lot. I am very into K-pop, and I have another channel that I used to do tons with. Now I just do like a once a month video of the favorite songs that have come out, because there's always new songs in K-pop that I try to keep up with, and always new groups, and so I still keep track of that and do a little bit on that other channel. That takes up a little bit of time, not a whole ton. I run a book club, which I'm doing a whole series about. I'm trying to write again. Writing has been an endeavor that I've been trying to do for probably 25 years. I've done NaNoWriMo several times, and so I have a lot of unfinished books that I want to finish. I have finished 3 books from my NaNoWriMo writing. One of them started querying last year, and then I gave up really fast because the process is so crazy to me. But I want to keep trying on that book, and then trying to finish the other book. I'm trying to find some writing groups and going to some meetings and anyway, conferences. So I'm always working on the writing thing, even though I don't feel like I'm really actually writing that much. But I need to finish that other book that doesn't have a name right now, but it's a space opera love story, very loosely based on the Tristan and Isolde legend. Very loosely based. And tending grandbaby that's here. I don't get to see the Oregon ones that much, but there is a grandbaby here, and I am tending him a couple times a week. So that is what I do. It's very normal, ordinary life. Caitlin also asks, if you could read only one genre for the rest of your life, what would it be? I think I would be happy reading contemporary lit, love story kind of books. YA or, I don't even know if I would put the adult in there. Right now, I just still really love YA contemporary rom-coms. And I'd probably be happy reading those the rest of my life. I might get sick of them after a while though, but right now that's what my answer would be, I think. That's what I always gravitate to, and that's what it's my comfort read, I guess. Then we have one from Jess at Jess Book Girl TV, and she says, what book should everyone read? And this is where I want to say The Book Thief. It's always been my answer for this one. It's my favorite book. If you haven't read it, you should read it. I know a lot of people would answer this one to be their most emotionally moving book also. It's about World War II from the perspective of a German girl who's trying not to be caught up in the Hitler Youth stuff. She's trying to save the books that are being burned. They help a Jewish man, and it's just heart-wrenching. And then, they have to survive the bombs. And then when you realize that as an American citizen, those bombs that are dropping on Germany are our guys. You know what I'm saying? From the perspective of this German girl, she's getting bombed by our guys. It's so interesting to see another side of it. And it's so well written because it's Marcus Zusak, as we all know. This is from my son, Drew. He's the dad of the baby that I tend a couple times a week, which you will see on the vlog that will come up next week maybe. He asked me, who is your favorite queer character? My thoughts immediately went to Patroclus. Is that his name? I feel like I say his name wrong every time. Patroclus, who is the main character in A Song of Achilles. He becomes the lover of Achilles. He's an awesome character, and I absolutely adore him. So there's my favorite queer character, yes. Then Crystal from Fiber Artsy Reads says, what place is the top of your bucket list to travel to? I have been lucky enough to travel to many of my top places. Korea and Japan a couple years ago. Well, it's been 5 years now. Wow. 5 years ago, Korea and Japan. I've been to Europe like 3 times, I think. Last fall, I got to go to the New England states. Probably would have said that was on the top of my bucket list. But I got to go there last fall. Another place that I really, really want to go to is Australia. Yes, and maybe even New Zealand, because I feel like they're in the same neck of the woods over there. Although I think putting both Australia and New Zealand in the same trip would be insane. And Australia is huge, so I don't know how I would even do Australia. But I want to go there really bad. So yeah, I would say that. I also really want to go to Ireland. I've been to England a couple times, but we didn't pop over to Ireland while we were over there. So that needs to happen. Favorite places that you've traveled to. Korea was amazing and fulfilled all of the dreams a K-pop person would want to have fulfilled. It's almost like going home to go to Korea. It feels so familiar there, and everything is just beautiful. I don't know if they are just really good about hiding some of the bad parts of their culture and their country, but when you go there, it's just beautiful. Everything, everybody, everything, all the stuff. Oregon Coast is one of my favorite places ever. And then in Europe, Germany is my favorite place, I think, over there. Everything is amazing over there, but Germany feels like home. We went to an Airbnb twice, the same Airbnb twice, in this little tiny kind of village in Germany. And I just love it there so much, and always think and wish and want to go back. I think the only other one that somebody asked me is, this is from an Instagram follower, Skylar Ambry. Ask, what is a popular book that I read that I didn't like? You know, most recently it would have to be Happy Place. Happy Place is a popular book, right? Happy Place by Emily Henry. I think it's pretty popular. I read it. I think I gave it 2 stars, which on the Goodreads scale is it's okay, right? But that book just made me sad and frustrated for the most part. So I did not really totally enjoy it. It was okay. So I don't know if most people like that one and it would be considered a popular book, but I guess that's my answer for that one. Let's talk about food for a minute, because you know I love to talk about food. My favorite junk food is probably ice cream. Is ice cream considered a junk food? Maybe not so healthy food, but I love ice cream and I could eat it every day. I do eat it every day sometimes. I have to stop myself from eating it every day, let's say that. And my favorite healthy food, do I have a favorite healthy food? I do not like vegetables. I have to force myself to eat them. So I do not know, is a smoothie a healthy food? Smoothies are hugely high in carbs, but I do love smoothies if you think of them as healthy. They're full of fruit. Fruit's okay, but it's very high in carbs. But I do love smoothies. I like a good salad, but I can't make a good salad. So like I can't eat salad at my house and think it's good, but if I go to the restaurant and get a good salad with, you know, chicken and lots of stuff on it, then I really enjoy that. But it has to have a lot of ranch. Thankfully, ranch is good in a low carb diet, but it is not so great in a low fat, low calorie diet. Favorite food, like generally, I really love Italian stuff. Pets, you've seen our cat many times and you've heard the bird many times. So we have a cat named Mika, after the singer Mika. Do you guys know him? The bird doesn't really have a name. We just call him the bird. So, and we've had him for like 17 years too. He's getting old. I don't know, but the birds, he's a cockatiel and he will probably last forever. They last for quite a while, but I keep wondering if he's getting up there or not. This particular kitty we have had for almost 10 years. And before that, we had a kitty for 14 years. So somebody, I think it was on an Q&A MJ did, she was asked to explain her name. And I wondered if people wanted me to explain my name. I don't know. Anyway, Suey is a nickname that my roommates gave me when I was in college. So that was many, many, many years ago. My husband picked up on it. He was the boyfriend at the time. I'd already known him for several years. So he, at that point, when they started calling me Suey, he must have liked it. So he started calling me that before we were married, and he's done that pretty much ever since. And so when I started doing online stuff, I used that as my nickname, and it has just kind of become my online persona, my blogging here. Also, I use it in my writing groups. And most people these days call me Suey. So it's a nickname, but it feels like it's just my name now, pretty much. I don't know that my mom really appreciates that I get called that these days. And I thought I would do a little tiny bit state of the channel address here, goals for the channel. So I tend to get really frustrated with things but I am telling myself over and over again that I will not wobble. I can't wobble. No more wobbling. No more wobbling here. I know I'm celebrating 1,000 subscribers, which is great, but I also look at view numbers too much and I get frustrated that it feels like they're very, very low. So I will keep trying to figure out what people would like to see and learn. I'm kind of addicted to YouTube how-to channels. Sometimes I think I should back off on those channels a little bit, but they also help me think of a lot of things I can keep doing to make it better around here, make it more interesting for everyone. So I will keep trying that. And when I wobble, I'm gonna tell myself, just keep going. So stop wobbling and think of fun things to do. Think of some things that are a little bit different maybe. So those are my goals for the channel and my vision for what's to come. So I hope you're there with me on this journey, and thank you so much for being part of this all. And I hope that you're enjoying the things I'm putting out, and hopefully I don't seem like too much of a doofus in this space. I do find it interesting that I am really quiet and shy in life for the most part, and yet here I am always talking on this channel and talking about myself. Now I'm working on a vlog, which I find sort of ironic because normally I wouldn't want to be in the spotlight. So, but yet I have a channel. I think that's sort of an oxymoron thing, but I think a lot of people are that way. So hopefully it doesn't seem too weird to most of you. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this, and until next time, happy reading, bye!